because Ryan, I've got some new material that I'm working on. All right.
Okay.
And the problem with working on comedy is you can think it's funny, and then the audience tells you it's not.
I didn't know that we were like gonna do, Ryan, critique jokes. I would have come with new stuff.
Well, why don't you start then?
Jade.
No, Ryan's going to help me on my comedy because he's
Ryan
better
to
at
help
it.
You. Go ahead. Let's have fun with this.
So what I'm going to read to you is my dragon stand-up, okay?
Oh, my God.
And I've done this dragon stand-up.
Oh, my God.
Jade, can you have a little bit?
I just wanted to reiterate what I sounded like when Alex was filming you from the back of the club, and I was sitting next to him, and then we replayed the video, and all you could hear was me go, oh, oh.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Oh.
Jade didn't realize that we were videoing it.
No, it was horrible, because I was like, whoop. Yeah, that one didn't work. And then as it kept going through the video, all you would hear was me go, oh, God. Ugh. And then I think one of them was,
it sounded like
shit.
Jade was watching a cage match.
Yeah, it really was like me watching a cage match. Like I was just like, oh.
I like how you verbalized it in case he went back and watched it later and wasn't sure if the joke went
she
well
didn't
or not.
know.
Like,
These were.
he was like, I'm on the fence about how that. Okay, it did go bad. Got it.
These were. She wasn't in control of her emotions.
I am not one to hold back. I mean, I'm going to be honest.
Where is all my dragon stand-up?
And wow. Like there were a few moments. There were those moments where I just went, oh, okay. Well,
it was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the scary thing about writing jokes too, is that like even if you've been doing it for a long, long time, you still fail probably more than you succeed, especially when you're first saying jokes.
Yep.
Like you don't know how they work yet until you kind of get them out loud in front of people. So like even as some like I've done well doing stand up on television, and I'm still terrified to do jokes in person for the first time because you just don't know.
No, you don't.
You don't know.
But anyway, most people know me for my magic. But tonight, it's all about the comedy. Observational stand-up comedy, dragon-based observational stand-up comedy. Think of me as the Kevin Hart of Honolulu, the Jerry Seinfeld of Westeros, the George Carlin of Camelot, the Eddie Murphy of Mordor. I think...
You just wrote that.
No, I didn't.
That wasn't in your
It's written down.
It was,
Yeah,
that
but...
was night 2 that went in.
Oh,
that was night 2. This was night 2. This is the refined version. That's why it says version 2. Night 1, there weren't any jokes. All right? There were literally not jokes in night 1. Let's start with castles. Actually, on night 2, I also improvised a hilarious bit about how I'd dug this little script out of my treasure chest because dragons sleep on treasure. If we were ever going to play the tape back, we could hear it, but we're never going to play that ever again. I've burnt that tape. Let's start with castles. What's the deal with castles? The sole purpose of a castle is to defend from your enemies. That doesn't even make sense as a sentence, does it? The whole purpose of a castle is to defend from your enemies. If I can't even write my notes down in full grammatically correct sentences, how did I expect this to work on stage? Invading armies, revolting peasants, dragons. Hey, I can say that. I am one. A peasant. You see them... You see them coming up the hill, you lift up the drawbridge, and you're safe and sound. Job done. I'm playing the role of somebody in the castle.
Yeah, can you give this some performance? Because currently this is just a list of words.
No, I can't
my
give it
God.
performance, because otherwise I'd be
Right
doing
now,
my act.
you're
and
like
crushing.
reading your grocery list.
Yeah.
Right
Yes,
now.
Ryan,
But-
that is exactly it.
Yeah, you gotta put some oomph in it.
No,
right? You
no
gotta put
way.
a little
Here's
oomph
what
in
we're
it.
going to do, Ryan. I'm going to read it like a grocery list, and then when you hear a grocery list, right, it's like toilet roll. No, actually, in the moment, that would be pretty good. But normally it's like, I got French fries, I got some bathroom cleaner, I got some cauliflower, I got a tub of ice cream, and you're like, what? Ice cream? You see? So what I'm saying is that by reading as a grocery list, then the winners will rise to the top, okay? If something sounds good like this, you'll be like, oh, wow, that's gold, Piff. Once you work that in, that's gonna crush.
Well, I guess that is a good point. If it works even with you phoning it in, you know it's a good joke.
I mean, phoning it in is a disservice to phones everywhere from what I'm doing right now. I'm sort of more like writing it on a piece of paper, attaching it to a pigeon, and then shooting the pigeon in the face. That's what I'm doing right now. Okay, to continue. Now, you see them coming up the hill. You remember that? I'm playing the role of the people in the castle, being like, oh no, well, these people are trying to get in. So, and those people, again, they're armies, revolting peasants, and dragons, all right? That's the scenario. So, you pull up the drawbridge, and you're safe and sound. Job done. Here's the thing. Dragons, we can fly. Haven't you ever seen Game of Thrones? What were you thinking? We're going to fly all the way to the castle and then walk the last 20 feet? Oh no, they raised the drawbridge. Better head home. Oh, that flight really took it out of me. I guess I'll just hoof it from here. And what's that? You built a whole... Because... And what's that? You built a huge open square in the middle of a castle with no covering whatsoever. To a dragon, a castle is like a giant... To a dragon, a castle is like a giant KFC bucket. It's literally a food court. It's literally a food court.
Okay,
a food
okay.
court.
Yeah.
All right.
You understand?
I like that line because it's relatable.
Yeah, so like
Thank
a
you.
castle.
And that's why most dragon stand-up, people don't understand their...
Can you stay at this, Jay? Because Ryan's coming on board. Now look, a castle is like it's got 4 sides to it and a floor like a bucket, right? And an open top like a bucket. So when I say it's like a KFC bucket, it's because a KFC bucket and a castle are the same, but one is a KFC bucket and the other's a castle. It's just a different scale.
I mean that's just science,
right?
Really.
So and dragons can fly. So
yeah, and the chicken in the KFC bucket no longer can.
Yes, yeah, because it used to have a small farm in Ryan's magical land until he didn't pay his rent on time, and Ryan chopped his head off, breaded him, and sold him to KFC. He's a terrible mayor.
Yep. Yeah, I rule with an iron half fist on my island. All right.
This is a good bit. You ready?
Oh wait.
I reckon.
That
what?
was laughter we all just did with Ryan. Like he boom.
Oh, let's do some of your material, Jade. No.
No, I'm good.
We're not allowed to play Uptown Funk.
Here's how they defend a castle with a capital. Oh no. Oh no, I'll never be able to do this bit again.
I mean, I'm very,
a catapult. A catapult. A catapult. A catapult.
A catapult.
A catapult. Catapult.
Catapult.
I can't say it.
Catapult.
You got a catapult. Yeah, you got it.
Here's how they defend a castle with a catapult. You ever think about the guy who loads the catapult? What a shitty job. You carry a huge rock from a big pile of rocks, put it on an enormous spoon, and then some jerk twangs it at the enemy. Now, it should be noticed that I'm trying to be family friendly here, because what I would like to say is, and then some dickhead twangs at the enemy. But I'm trying to get it down so I don't curse in the show. It's very difficult. Do you curse on stage, Ryan?
I pepper it in creatively because a lot of people like I used to do a pretty blue act.
Yeah.
And then you get on AGT, and then people start coming to see you on purpose.
Do you get children?
They think that 3 minutes they got to watch you on AGT is the only comedy you've ever done in your life.
We get a lot of children at the show.
So I've kind of been trying to ease people into the fact that I curse a little bit, and it is always with purpose. I don't curse just to curse because that's easy.
I used to ease people into it because Jade would go out and say some horrific words.
That is so not true.
And the audience would be like, "Oh, Piff seems quite restrained."
Not at all. I was the hype girl. I was the opener, so I had to get the crowd going.
She was like, beep, 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 beep.
Never peppered
Beep, beep,
like
beep,
that.
beep, beep.
I did let the F word slip once, and that got me in a little bit of trouble because we were at a certain club, and I guess they had allowed a teenage girl to come in with the mother, and the mother had a fit about it. But you brought your teenage girl into a comedy club, which is typically known that those
the show was billed as all ages,
so it was like whatever. No, not that one. It was the second one. But I never peppered, but I did hype. I did do what I needed to do.
You gushed those words all over it.
Get this, the problem is I got it so crazy. It was like an insane concert, and people would be on their feet screaming and yelling, and then I got it to where they'd be like, Piff, 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 Piff.
And then I'd come on, it would be all downhill from there.
Piff didn't like that anymore.
No, I'd come out and I'd be something like this. You ready? I'd be, hey, what's the deal with catapults? You ever think about the guy who loads the catapults? What a terrible job. Yeah, that guy has to carry a huge rock from a big pile of rocks, put it on an enormous spoon, and then some douchebag twangs it at the enemy. Doesn't even look where he's going. Easiest job in the castle Easiest job in the castle that guy has. Twang. Probably only got the job because he's banging some lord or lady. You know how the feudal system works. Am I right? Meanwhile, Barry over here is carrying another big rock. How's that boiling oil coming on, Trevor? Oh, it's still simmering, mate. For the podcast listeners, I'm miming stirring a big pot boiling oil. It's been 3 days now, says Barry. Well, stop watching, says Trevor, otherwise it will never be ready. Barry picks up another rock. His knees are buckled. His back's broken. He'll be lucky to see 11. Now, he's trying to drop hints about some more manageable projectiles. Oh, I'd sure hate to get hit by a handful of gravel. That would really sting. I heard these soldiers are allergic to peanuts. That's it. That's all I have.
So, Ryan, do you want me to... Now, imagine all that being said again. Now, you're listening, and this is what you hear. Ooh,
No, that got laughs.
See, Ryan laughed.
No, listen. What you were oohing and ahhing was the day before when I walked out and I said, what did I say? I was talking about Rapunzel. It was like, my ex-girlfriend, it used to take her ages to get ready. She used to spend literally days doing her hair. Her name was Rapunzel.
Okay, that's a good joke.
And on Rapunzel, the whole crowd were like, nope. Nope, we're not going. Wherever you're going, we're not coming with you. We're getting off this train immediately.